do here. Oops, not where we're. Back here, we do the small one first. Pi r squared. I would use 3, 4, pi. What was the radius?
16.
16 squared. And what is 16 squared? Dalen, sit up.
256.
256. If you don't have this written on your paper, now is the time. What is 3 times 256? 768. Awesome. Now we're going to do the big one. I'm going to skip the whole formula because I'm being a rebel. What is the radius of the big one?
40.
40 squared. What is 40 squared?
80. Wait, no.
160.
Yeah.
10.
1600. 1600.
Oh.
4 times 4 is 16, and there are 2 zeros when you are dealing with 40. And 3 times 1600.
Can I get my phone out? You get
No, you do not need a calculator. Nathan, you can't say it. You can't say it.
4,800.
What is it?
4,800.
4,800. Good. Now what do we do here?
Oh, you
Oh, then subtract.
both of them.
You subtract them. Nathan, you can't say the answer. What is it?
4,032.
Perfect. And there is the big one, there is the small one, subtract them. All right, so before we move on, oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to skip over composite figures. We'll revisit them, but as for our benchmark next week, how would I find the area of this figure right here?
Add up all sides.
Multiply the base and height.
Dalen, I'm not going to ask you to sit up again. Next, I'm going to ask Coach Barnes to help you. Would you like for me to ask Coach Barnes to help you sit up? If I can.
Oh, no.
So the measurement here is 8. This is 15. I'm making these up. This is 10.
3.
This is 4. How would I find the area of this?
You
Add it up.
multiply each.
Stop saying add it up.
Oh.
You multiply
I didn't ask you the first time, Caden. Area. Caden, area. How do you find area? Yes, sir.
You add those two sides together. Like
What
4,
2 sides?
Like 4 and then,
So, no.
I don't know.
So I would find the area of this big rectangle and the area of this small rectangle. What is the measurement right here?
5,
5. What is the measurement right here?
4.
4.
How do you get
How did you get 4?
They're the same size.
The whole thing is 8, and the top of it right here is 4, right?
this one.
That means the bottom is 4. How'd you get 5?
Half it.
No,
Half of 10 is 5.
no.
It's
Oh,
15 and 10 and.
The whole thing is 15. This part is 10. That means this part is, what is the area of this part right here?
20.
20.
And right here?
Yeah, add them up.
Please stop saying add them all up. Please stop saying add them all up.
For the big part though, you don't.
60.
It's 60. How'd you get that?
Multiply 4 times 50.
Yes, your area is base times height. Please stop saying add them all up. So the base would be what?
50.
And the height,
4.
8.
and 15 times 4
60.
is 60. And then how do you find the total area?
You
Add them all up. You both add them.
multiplies.
You don't add them all up.
You add both of them.
You add these together, and what is it?
8.
It's 80. Okay? Now, please do not say add them all up. No matter what I write, please don't say add them all up, because we're finding area, okay? An area is base times height or pi r squared. What if I have a figure that looks like this?
Oh, it's half the circle.
I'm telling you that this measurement here is, we'll say 15. This, I'm making this up. This is 4. And I'm going to tell you that right here, the diameter is 4. Okay, the diameter is 4. First of all, how do you find the area of just this rectangle here? Please do not say add them up.
15 times 4.
15 times 4, which is what? 60. And then we gotta find the area of this, but it's half of a circle. How do we do that?
Oh, you do a divide.
You would find the area and then like divide it by 2.
Perfect. So we're gonna find the area of a whole circle, which would be pi r squared, right? And for today, we're gonna use 3 for pi. What would be the radius?
2.
2. And 2 squared? 4. And 3 times 4?
12.
And half of that?
6.
6. So this would be 6. What is the answer to the total area of this composite figure? 66. Okay, that's my little short mini lesson in composite figures. Now, before I load your quizzes, question I always get is, can I use 3? Well, you can, because if you look at the answer choices, do you see how they're all pretty far apart? But there is one that you are going to have to use 3.14, and I'm going to try to find it real fast. It's this one. I'm going to put it up on the board. Okay? For when you get to it. So we're all going to look at it together real fast. Number 15. The circumference of a circle is 18.41 feet. What is the approximate area? What does it mean by circumference?
The whole.
Please do not say add them up. What does it mean by circumference?
The full circle.
The outer rim.
The outer rim of the circle. So that is C equals ID. And what is the circumference?
1841.
18.41. And what do we use for pi? Times the diameter. And how do we solve for the diameter?
Divide by 3.14.
Good. And remember, you can move those decimals off there. You are not to use a calculator in this room. That is going to give you the diameter. What is the radius? Because that is what you need to find what? The area. That's the only one you have to use 3.14 on. Everything else you can use 3, and as long as you get close enough, you're doing fine. Okay? Because if you use 3.14, your answer should be the next highest answer, right? If you use 3, and then if you use 3.14, does it make sense that your answer would go up? Yes. Okay? So don't make it hard on yourself. Use 3, you won't need a calculator, it'll be easy. Okay? The answer choices, from what I understand or from what I've seen, are pretty far apart. Okay, you can get pretty close. All right, you guys have any questions? I'm gonna leave that up there and stop the video, and then I'm gonna stop the video, and then I'm going to